Okay, so right now it feels like literally the entire world is totally captivated by the explosive growth of AI, right? I mean, we see the software, we play with the chatbots, we're amazed by those incredible image generators. But you know what we almost never see? The massive, physical, invisible infrastructure that actually keeps these supercomputers running. Today, in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating hardware behind the software. Specifically, we're going to focus on one company that has strategically positioned itself right at the beating heart of this hardware revolution. That company? Aeroflex Industries Limited. So this brings us to arguably the most critical question facing the tech world right now. How exactly do we cool down the AI revolution? Because look, massive AI workloads generated by today's hyperscalers, they don't just crunch data, they generate heat. Massive, staggering amounts of heat. And as these tech giants build larger and larger data centers, managing all that thermal energy has become a massive industry-wide hardware challenge. It is quite literally a challenge that could make or break the entire future of AI. To really understand the solution here, we gotta contrast the legacy methods with where the future is heading. For decades, data centers basically just relied on conventional air cooling. Think giant, highly calibrated air conditioners just blowing freezing air over racks of servers. But the sheer processing power required for AI, it creates significantly higher rack densities. Plain old air simply isn't efficient enough to carry that intense heat away anymore. It just can't keep up. That means the whole industry is essentially being forced to shift to advanced liquid cooling systems just to keep these multi-billion-dollar facilities from, well, melting down. Conceptually, this shift is absolutely fascinating. Instead of just relying on ambient air in a room, precision-engineered metallic flexible hoses are connected directly into those high-density server racks. Liquid gets pumped right through the system, absorbing the heat directly from the source and carrying it away safely. It's brilliant. Honestly, it's essentially the circulatory system of a modern supercomputer. Now, out in the real world, inside a mission-critical server room, this infrastructure relies on heavy-duty, absolutely leak-proof stainless steel hoses and things known as skid assemblies. And the stakes here are unbelievably high. When you're dealing with a hyperscale data center, even a single tiny leak could cause literally millions of dollars in damage. The engineering here doesn't just have to be good, it has to be absolutely flawless. And this is exactly where Aeroflex Industries comes into the picture. Founded back in 1998, they were traditionally known as a top manufacturer of metallic flexible flow solutions for, traditional heavy industry. But what makes their story so incredibly compelling today is how they spotted this massive tech shift happening. They took their decades of hardcore expertise in leak-proof, precision flow solutions and pivoted to become a central, highly trusted partner in the next-generation AI data center market. Talk about a game changer. If you want to understand just how committed they are to this massive pivot, all you have to do is look at one number, 15,000. That represents their current scale. Aeroflex actually just expanded their skid assembly capacity from 6,000 up to 9,000 skids per year. And get this, they're currently on track to reach a staggering 15,000 skid assemblies annually. They are aggressively scaling up because the global hyperscaler demand for reliable cooling infrastructure is just skyrocketing right now, and they absolutely intend to be the ones supplying it. And the data totally backs this up. This pivot is working at breakneck speed. I mean, over just the last 3 quarters, their liquid cooling skid volumes have completely exploded. We're talking going from a mere 46 skids in Q3, jumping up to 571 the very next quarter, and then smashing right past the 1,000 mark in Q1 with 1,040 deliveries. That incredibly steep growth curve, it translates to a massive revenue leap of 32.4 crores in just that single product line in Q1 alone. So, what does this all mean for the bottom line? Well, connecting this strategic pivot directly to their financials reveals a truly incredible leap. Standalone profit after tax jumped from 7.62 crores in Q1 of fiscal 2026 all the way to 19.06 crores in Q1 of fiscal 2027. Guys, that is 150% increase year over year. It is pretty much a textbook example of an established manufacturing company finding a highly lucrative niche and just executing on it flawlessly. Now, here is a really crucial point to keep in mind. While those AI skid assemblies are undeniably the explosive growth driver here, they're clocking in at a massive 162.98% absolute year-over-year growth. They haven't just abandoned their roots, not at all. Their foundational business of stainless steel flexible hoses is also growing incredibly strong, up over 40% year-over-year alongside their other assemblies. So they are building this high-tech future right on top of a very solid, highly profitable traditional manufacturing base. And this isn't just a domestic success story, it's a truly global one. Aeroflex has proven to be a trusted international supplier. A massive 57% of their exports are heading straight to the Americas, with another 33% going to Europe. That geographical split is huge because it really proves that their precision engineering actually meets the incredibly stringent world-class standards demanded by the absolute biggest global tech hubs. But of course, if you're gonna build products for the modern digital age, you kind of have to operate like a digital enterprise yourself, right? Aeroflex has made a very conscious effort to contrast those heavy industry roots with a highly modernized, forward-thinking corporate structure. They knew they had to do this to ensure they could scale up without hitting any operational bottlenecks. To actually pull that off, they've built what they proudly call one connected value chain. Basically, they've completely integrated top-tier enterprise software, like SAP for their ERP and Salesforce for their CRM, into one single digital backbone. We're talking from the very moment a lead is captured, straight through order processing, right down to production planning on tablets right on the factory floor, all the way to final fulfillment. The whole shebang is tracked end-to-end, which enables much faster, data-driven decisions. Furthermore, their modernization isn't just digital, it's environmental. They recognize that if you're supplying the tech industry, you really need to align with the tech industry's massive green goals. So Aeroflex is actively implementing zero-emission production technologies. They even commissioned a huge 750-kilowatt rooftop solar project to slash their carbon footprint and electricity costs. Plus, they're planning a complete shift to 100% recycled packaging materials in the coming years. Of course, none of this, not the hardware, the digital transformation, or that crazy financial growth, happens with the right people. This rapid acceleration is securely backed by a nationally recognized corporate culture. Aeroflex recently earned the prestigious Great Place to Work certification along with the 16th CII National HR Excellence Award. It's solid proof that as they scale up their physical manufacturing, they are equally scaling their investment in their human capital. We spend so much time obsessing over the sleek software interfaces of the AI boom. But as Aeroflex Industries so clearly proves, massive opportunities are hidden deep within the physical infrastructure itself. So it leaves you wondering, as AI scales exponentially over the next decade, who else is out there quietly building the nuts, bolts, and cooling pipes of our digital future?
Enjoyed the video? Please like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more stock market updates and